Okay, very good afternoon and good evening. So we will close our cameras and we will start. So today's session will be like this. We will be spending 15 minutes on the precepts, another 15 minutes on the removal of hindrances, half an hour on Ānāpānassatisutta, and half an hour on the Sutta. So this is how we are going to be doing. So first we'll start with setting the 5 precepts, and I will say that in English rather than Pali, so it becomes quite easy, and we will also go through that. So I would not be harming any living being or injuring any plant and seed which has life. So while I do this precept, what I can look at is that any being is consisting of body and mind, but it has consciousness, and consciousness is infinite, meaning it is there with everyone. And hence I would not be harming or killing any living being, including the plants, trees, seeds, which give life or which have life source. Now the second precept, I would not be stealing anything consciously or unconsciously out of greed, out of hatred, or out of delusion. Why I do this precept is because after I go to sleep, none of the objects I can possess. And if any diseases I am having, like fever or any other diseases which requires me to sleep on the bed and not get up, then these objects are of no use to me. So I'll refrain from, I would refrain from stealing of any kind. Then the third precept, I will not indulge in any sensual misconduct which is going to harm myself and the other being, either through sight or through sound or through taste or through touch or through smell. I will not use my senses in improper way. Why am I going to do that? Because any of the sensual misconduct will take me to a bad realm or a bad situation while still being human, or if I were to die, then I might be reborn in a bad place. Now the fourth precept, I would not tell lies, have slander, have harsh speech, and while away my time in empty chatter. Why am I going to do that? Because this action would again build hindrances and put me into the bad situations, bad surroundings, creates anger, creates jealousy, and it is not worth it. If I am caught lying, if I am caught slandering, if I am caught with harsh speech and spending time in empty chatter, would be harmful. So I'll refrain from that. The last precept, I would not indulge in alcohol, or I would not indulge in intoxicants, or I will not indulge in psychic drugs, or I would not indulge in name and fame and other kind of intoxication. All of this will boost the ego, but also builds up wrong attitude. And at the break of the body, I would be reborn in a bad existence. And while as human right now, I would end up in bad places, bad situations, bad health, bad mannerisms, and hence I will refrain. So these are the 5 precepts which I would focus upon. So while watching my in-breath and watching the out-breath, with in-breath I am setting up all the precepts. With the out-breath I am removing all the negative tendencies. Let us do that for 5 minutes. In breath, setting up non-killing, non-harming, non-stealing, sensual misconduct not being there, not telling lies, slandering, abusive language, and empty chatter. Not dealing with any intoxicant of any kind. Focus on the in-breath, where you're putting all the 5 precepts, and remove those thoughts which are harmful. Just relax your body. Don't struggle with the breath. With each breath, one precept. Close your eyes and relax. Let the precepts be the guiding light. Every out breath, let's remove the negative qualities, whatever it can be. Now let's continue on the next section on Nibbana. Sanskrit word nirvana. Nibbana equals mind stilled. Mind has feelings and perception. And each one of these feelings and perceptions can give us greed, hatred, and delusion. So Nibbana means not in any greed or hatred or delusion. The mind is completely stilled. So the reason why we don't get into Nibbana is because of breaking the precepts or having the hindrances. So let's now focus on removing the hindrances. Out of greed, hatred, delusion, one thing we need to drop is delusion. Delusion of 4 parts. The first part is anicca, arising and passing away, but the mind feels and perceives nicca. Nothing is arising and nothing is passing away, and hence permanent. Because it arises and passes away, there is dukkha. And since the mind sees that nothing is arising and passing away, which is permanent, so it should be sukha. And because it is dukkha, it is having anatta, no self or no personality. But because there is sukha, there is a grasping of the personality. And because it is anicca, dukkha, anatta, it is inauspicious. But since I am seeing it as nicca, sukha, atta, it should be auspicious. So we need to drop this delusion. So either we have to take anicca or we'll take anatta. So we'll take the five senses for both. Nobody can predict a sight, whether it is liking or disliking. Nobody can predict the sound, the taste, touch, smell. I might like it, I might not like it, but I cannot predict, cannot make it permanent. It comes and goes. And without consciousness, there is no seeing, there is no tasting, touching, smelling. And hearing. Let us reflect upon the anicca and anatta. We cannot predict the five objects, neither without consciousness. It makes no sense for eye and the sight, ear and the sound like that. Just reflect upon that. The personality view will automatically drop. Observe it for 5 minutes. Now let's continue on working out on the hindrances. First hindrance, interest in sensuality. Now to remove this, one need to see the ugliness in everything. The sight will lose, the sound will lose, like that all the five. So I cannot catch any one of them as mine. Hence, cannot possess a thing. Everything decays. Food decays, body decays, thoughts decays, sights get decayed, sound, taste, touch, smell, they go away. And they go away instantly as they come. Because it is connected to time. So I will see the Ashubha, inauspicious, the ugly side of sensuality. That everything that one possesses will go away by the night when the senses go to sleep. That's the max anybody can hold. Now we come to the hatredness, anger, fury, irritation, agitation, all of that, and frustration. All of these come through the five senses with sense objects. When they cannot even stay after deep sleep, what's the point in getting upset at these objects of sight and sound, taste, touch, smell, and thought? They are anatta and they are also anicca. Holding that is dukkha, which we can experience it. The moment one gets angry or frustrated or agitated or irritated, his blood will start to burn. Sweat will start. The breathing is going to change. Heart starts to pound. There's no point in killing oneself. The best way to come out of it is metta. Because everybody is in a way dying at the end of the day. when they go to deep sleep. No point in hating anyone, and no point in losing sleep over hatred. Now the third one, sloth and torpor. Laziness, negligence, sluggishness, tiredness, sleepiness of both body and mind are a danger. They are there due to excess eating, excess dreaming, or ambition. Anything in excess which creates a tendency of complacency will have sloth and torpor. Can be removed by bringing in death, meditating on death. All of us can die any moment, no guarantee. We all know it, but we don't bring it out. Plus, we need to have anicca sanya all the time, arising and passing away of the day, the month, and the years have gone by. Everything is in memory. Every moment is in memory only. We cannot go back and correct or do anything about it. Reflecting upon that urgency will remove the sloth and torpor. In breath, removal of sensuality. Out breath, in breath having metta, out breath, removal of sensuality. Ill will, you can use again the metta. Because everybody suffers. No one is exempted. Sloth and torpor. In-breath energy considering death and arising and passing away of everything. Out-breath, sloth and torpor. Now comes to restlessness. The solution for restlessness is watching the breath all the time. Whenever one feels restless, observe the out breath only. Don't worry about the in breath, just the out breath. It immediately stops. So we need to remember to watch the out breath. For worry, observe the body sensation along with the breath. There would be body trembling when somebody is feeling remorse, guilty, etc. There will be palpitation of the heart, pacing of the heart, pulse increasing. That's a sensation what you're getting. Watch the in-breath and out-breath. It will stop. Then finally we come to skeptical doubt. For this, just look at what is the quality of the Buddha, what is the quality of the Dhamma, and what is the quality of the Sangha. And it stops. Observe your breath. It has become very calm, very slow, really uniform. If something is not there, it is still pacing, you need to fix one of the hindrances. Now we come to Ānāpānassatisutta. Breath has to be split up in two parts, arising and passing away. With every arising, there is a passing away, which we can see. And the second part is to observe anatta. That is, it's a process. There is no person there who is breathing. So when the consciousness observes the breath, the mind stops. First step, to find out whether it is long or short, which equates to heaviness and lightness. Keep your body stable. Relax your body and watch the breath, whether it is heavy or it is light. Heaviness as in long breath, lightness as in short breath. Observe it. And feel the process. As the breath goes in, the stomach expands. And as the breath goes out, stomach contracts. You are not doing anything. It's just a witness. Whatever you call as you or me is just a witness. And it's happening with every one of us. So there is no person either. Watch it for next 10 minutes. Now feel the breath from the tip of the toe to the top of your head, and from top of your head to the tip of the toe. You can then feel the body coming and going. The whole body comes with the breath and departs with the out breath. The body coming and going is not me. It is not myself. It cannot be mine. I have no ownership. Don't force it, just observe. Now you could observe the breath has become very light, very thin, and almost not recognizable. Now the Kaya Sankhara, willful action done by body, is stopped. Can feel a very light, calming state. Now you have no attachment to the sights, to the sound, to the taste, to the touch, to the smell, and hence the thoughts are dropping off. And with each one of these thoughts dropping off, your breath becomes completely stabilized without the in-breath and out-breath. Watch that happen. Don't force it. Don't predict. Don't do anything. Just look at your breath with anicca, dukkha and anatta. In breath, out breath, anicca. Because of that there is dukkha. And it is a process, and hence anatta. Body coming and going is anicca. And the body is changing Moment by moment is dukkha. And body changes is a process, and hence anatta. Now you can feel the joy. There's an internal joy, and that turning into happiness. So that makes you very tranquil, at peace. No biting thoughts. None of the five senses are able to give you anything out there. There are no objectification. Now there is no feeling and perception. Without feeling and perception, there can't be anything called as mind. So it's calming. By now you have established a good samadhi, a good state. You can hold on to this state while we go into the Sutta, MN43. Now the first way of experiencing Nibbana, wherein you don't have the Raga, Dvesha, Moha right now. With Ānāpānassatisutta, your mind is in samadhi. Now there are no measurements. This is the first way. Immeasurable, cannot or should not measure. In a deluded life, we measure the person, saying that he is tall or short, fat and thin, fair and dark, rich and poor, and all kind of combinations. Raga is coming from measurement. Dvesha is coming from measurement. And Moha is all about measurement. Eliminate the need to measure. You are at peace. Don't measure anyone by their height, weight, color, skin, any part of the body, homes, money, anything at all. Everyone are just consciousness. As you are, so I am. Don't compare. Now this is the first way to attaining Nibbana, without measuring. In the English translation, it is shown as limits, which is another way to define measurement. The better word to use is measurement, because in Pali it is called as pamana, to measure. So this is the first way of release of the heart, Cheto Vimukti. You can see your mind stilled, without anything to measure. Mind goes away. If by chance you're feeling restless at this stage, just watch the breath, because that is the only answer to bring back the mind from going out. It starts doing something, and that causes dvesha, hatredness, anger, agitation, frustration, irritation. So don't allow that. In breath, out breath, anicca. As many as we breathe, dukkha. And it's a process. Now let's come to the second kind on the raga, dvesha, moha. These three are something that can be objectified. It all starts with delusion by objectification as a person or a material object which one tries to procure or possess. Same thing happens with a person. Want to possess that person. Maybe that person's height, maybe the person's weight, maybe the person's color, or his skills, or his personality or her personality. Or the attitude. All of these are anicca. They are situation dependent. And they're all conditioned. And hence it is something. They are not real. They are illusory. A person behaves on the conditions and situations. So nobody can stay in the same state at all. Situation makes somebody good and the same person might become bad. And hence something. So I'll stop objectification. So the second way of doing is to stop objectifying. Don't put it in compartments. It's just the body to whom you're talking, and it's just a mindset to whom you're talking. Body changes due to food and exercise and aging. The attitude of the mind changes due to situations. So it's a process. Relieve yourself from creating personality for yourself and others, because all are changing situations. This is the second way. Again, your mind gets stilled since there is no personality. There is no atta, no person. Keep on observing the breath while your heart expands and expands and expands. Now let us come to the third one. The third one is about creating signs, nimitta. We have created symbols for everything for recognition. Example, employee. There is no employee separate from the person who comes to the office, who was earlier called as husband or a wife while he was or she was at home, or a mother while they had a children, or a neighbor, or a citizen of a country. So like that we have so many symbols, so many signs. And also we have nationality as a sign, just like we have flags. Every country has its own flag. So we identify with that flag, which is a stress, which is a suffering. If some country is good, there should be some country which is bad. If some country is rich, there should be some country which is poor. If some country is big, there should be some country which is small. If some country is at war, there should be some country which is at peace. So you'll find duality when there is symbols and signs. Every transaction is having a sign. Man and woman getting married becomes husband and wife, and there is a transaction. They have children, adds to the transaction. Shopping is a transaction. So like that we have a lot of signs. Try to drop the signs or consider them only transactional. Don't take it as yourself. Otherwise it makes self view. Myself husband, myself wife, myself employee, myself citizen of so and so country, myself proud to be that country, that countryman. Which is not true. Just drop it. Make it just transactional, like a role based. Immediately the raga, dvesha, moha goes away, because there is no moha, there is no delusion. Without signs, there cannot be any delusion. It requires sign and symbol to be deluded. The flag is a sign or the symbol. It doesn't even exist like that. If we were to go to another galaxy, we don't even find Earth there. The Milky Way, which is called as our galaxy, is again sign. But when we go out, you will not find anything. So it's completely fabricated. Drop it from your mind And this is the third way of doing it. So the first way was measurement, second way was dropping the objectification, and the third way is not having sign and symbol. In all these three ways, when you have the Ānāpānassati, you will attain Nibbana. If you can keenly observe, the senses with the sense objects are not there. And the mind is stilled. There is no Kaya Sankhara, there is no Vachi Sankhara, and there is no Mano Sankhara. There is nothing to feel, nothing to perceive. There is nothing to think and nothing to ponder. And there is so deep of breath that you don't even feel anything, that you are breathing. If something is not working, then you have to fix the precepts or you have to fix the hindrances. And immediately you will experience Nibbana. Let us end the session for today. Hope you could get something out of it. If you would like, you can share your experience. Otherwise, we can meet on Friday.
Was very good.
Thank you, Richard.
I should say that I really appreciated, like, during the meditation, to follow all the steps. Sometimes it was really coinciding with the experience, sometimes a bit behind, sometimes like this, like that. I didn't come into Nibbana in the end, but all other stages, it was just interesting to hear the descriptive in words of what my experience is, because whatever I have always experienced, I never really knew how to put names for this or that, and I was thinking if it is my imagination or whatever. And now when you were guiding, and it was kind of really as if you were kind of describing almost my way of what was happening. So
Good.
It was very useful, and maybe, as I told you before, there was no sukha, but there was like deep appreciation of the experience happening.
Okay, nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that Maha Vedala Sutta will give you a complete walkthrough. So if we go many times on that and contemplate, you'll get it. You'll definitely achieve. Only that sutta is sufficient. It will give you a complete experience of what is missing and what should be fixed and how it happens.
Yeah. And also the way you gave explanation, some things struck me with some insight. Oh yes, this is like this. Just the same thing, but the way you talk about it, it's like this, and it suddenly gets more sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Very nice. Maltiji, you want to share something? You are on mute. You have to unmute.
Okay. I feel very nice. I tried to do meditation sometimes earlier, but I never succeeded. This was very good. Good experience, and we will be able to repeat it again and again, I think.
Yes, the video is also there, so you can play the video, and when we meet up on Friday, we can do it again. Or
it was very good experience.
Yeah, we can do next week, or we can do it on Friday. Whenever we meet, we can do that.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you, sir. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. So shall we end for today?
Good night, sir.
Okay,
Namo
thank
Buddhaya.
you. Namo Buddhaya, and we'll meet on Friday, same time. Good night.
Good night.
Okay.